Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to my garage. Okay, so we're going to start, and I know it's going to be more work for me. We're going to start two separate monthly videos starting tomorrow because tomorrow's the 15th. We're going to start a monthly video and a new series on my 24 volt project because the 24 volt system is up and running. Those of you who have been following along here obviously can tell that the inverter is not the same anymore. That is the Ames 24 volt inverter, and if you look closely at the batteries down there, the two orange ones, they are wired together for 24 volts. So we're going to start a series on the 24 volts, and monthly we'll do that, and then we'll do a monthly on the 12 volt system over here. So let's talk about the 24 volt system first. It is obviously what I just said, and we have up on the roof 4 100 watt 12 volt panels wired together for 24 volts to make a total of two panels, which are 24 volts and 100 watts apiece, or a total of 24 volts and 200 watts up on the roof, which makes this system a 200-200 system because these are 200 amp hour batteries and they're wired together, both 12 volts, to make a 24 volt system. So this is actually the $1,500 system that I am promoting, that I think everybody should have. They're a nice little system for an emergency backup. What we have here will run the refrigerator and the sump pump with ease. I've already tried it. And also have a little bit of leftover power. As a matter of fact, in this system's case, it has enough leftover power to take over for this system and run the refrigerator and run the sump pump. That's putting it right at the limit, but it will do all of it. I don't know for how long, but it will do all of it. And that's why I built that system. Now, you got about $1,500 in on a system like this. So if you are wanting to put together a little system for yourself, this is it. This is it right here. You can buy these batteries right now, 12 volt, 200 amp hour batteries for around $450, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. Just depends on when you're looking and when you're shopping. You can buy not this inverter, but you can buy this one for now $275. I just bought it 2 months ago for $215, but the price jumped for some reason. I don't know why. They also make a Guiandel 24 volt, 1200 watt, 2400 watt surge inverter for about $185. Now, the 1200 watt would be enough to run my refrigerator and my sump pump, but that would be right at the limit of the 1200 watts when the refrigerator's pulling its biggest draw and the sump pump is turning on. It'd be right there at the limit, but if that's all you want to run when the power goes out, or you just want to run the refrigerator and some lights and your TV, hey, a 1200 watt system will probably work pretty good for you. So, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money, and if you want to go bigger, you need more than 1,500 watts, and you want to go up to, let's say, 2,000 watts. Guiandel's also got a 2,000 watt 24 volt inverter, and I believe that's just shy of $400. So, depending on how much you spend on this piece is going to determine how much you actually have into your system. I am still recommending the 4415N, the EP-Ever, one of those. Now, when you get the EP-Ever with this and the MT50, which is this little black piece right there, that's the thing you can use to program the charge controller for the battery. That package is right around $200. And it is a 12, 24, 36, and 48 volt automatic, so it will automatically recognize it when you change your system or if you upgrade your system in the future. Now, if you want to save yourself $100, you can just get the regular one like I got here, and it comes with the MT50. All you need is a 20 amper for $100. So, you don't have to spend a gazillion dollars to get in this, but $1,500 will buy you this system. And if you want to know how it works here in the Midwest on the 40 North, stay tuned here because I'm going to start a series, like I said, up on that one, and then we're going to start a series up on this 12 volt system here, which is now 12 volts. That is a 30 amp charge controller. It is 440 watts up there on the roof. A 210 watt panel, 190 watt panel, and a 50 watt panel, all wired still for 12 volts to make a total of 440 watts. Now that is over paneled for a 30 amp system by about 50 watts or so, but I've been doing this for a couple years, and what I have figured out is you can over panel by about 10% if your rack is set as a stationary rack. It won't hurt you to over panel by 10%. It won't hurt you at all. As a matter of fact, it'll help get you closer to the actual limit of your charge controller, so you don't feel like you have unused space, or I don't know, I can't call it bandwidth because it's not bandwidth, but you know, it just sucks to have a 30 amp charge controller and only charge with 22 amps. So over paneling by 10% is enough to push it up and get it pretty close to the limit there. So that's why we did that there. So 440, 12 volt, 440 watts, 12 volt, and that is 600 amp hours worth of batteries, 200, 200, and 200, all wired together to remain 12 volts. And that system is the constant draw system here at the house. So we'll do a separate monthly on that. Now, we've been doing a monthly on both of them together when they were all 12 volts, but now that we have a 24 and a 12, I'm going to do separate. I guess that means twice as much work for me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just so those of you out there who are trying to put one of these systems together or thinking about it, have a good idea of what your results will be on the 40 North Parallel. All right, people. Well, I think I've rambled on long enough, and it's time for me to get out of here. So stay tuned. Coming tomorrow, we'll start paying attention to both of these. I think this one is at 428 kilowatts, and I think this one is at 1,109 total when we have switched. But more on that tomorrow. Tune in for the system that you're interested in, or tune in for both. And hey, if you've stayed on this long, can you do me a favor? Like this video, will you? Subscribe. I mean, I'm trying to get to 1,000 just because. So that's it. All right. Have a good day and a better tomorrow. See you.